There we go. Apparently Twitch died on me. Huh. Ain't that some shit? Oop. Very strange. Ooh. Aurora Borealis. Kane Van Acker. These are feral canids. Guess you studied them a little too closely, bud. Still with me, Pravati? Pravati? Light assault rifle. Now what's that do for me? Notice it's only 180 DPS, but it does have stagger. So does this. Geothermal power plant. Go.
I've always wanted to poke around in here.
Well, that doesn't look good. Oof. Why am I stuttering so bad? I wonder, where's that weird thing that the crazy guy gave? Grenade launcher. I have armor? Oh, wow. Well, I'm an idiot. I look like an idiot. But I've got more armor now. Let's see. Okay. There's a setting to gameplay. Yep. All right. Somehow gotta be a way in here. Oh, like this open door right here. It'll work.
Unexpected. Oh! We made it!
Not very friendly. Wait, can I give Bravati armor? Yes, I can. Well, hers is already better than anything I have, aside from the helmet. Distance. Oof. I'm lagging really badly right now. This is very much not good. Ow! They're shooting at me. Jeez, why is this so laggy now? Working just fine earlier. I was gonna go until about another hour or so, but I don't know, this lag persists.
The control room should be off to the right.
I gotta sell some shit. Bravati. Hang in. So. I can't sell in a vending machine? That would make sense. I mean, it is, after all, a vending machine. Heavy ammo? Oh, you do. I'll take that all day.
I hope we're doing the right thing.
And also we've got Die Robot Die. Logic module from mechanical. Alright, well, that didn't. Like at all. Shit. Oh. Accepted. Various personnel logs. Can I get in here now? Certainly not.
Processing.
Here they come! Too strong! Hit him with something else! That's the last of them!
Halt.
Why is it not dying? What'd that do?
Get away!
Easy, Higgins.
You're not real. You're not real. You're not real. You're not real.
Oh, she. Yeah. Bandwidth. Yeah, I don't know. It was running fine, and then it just
No, no, no.
um Streamlabs crapped out on me, and then there's this guy. There you are.
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram. Talk? The Phantoms never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination.
Well, it happens.
Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
Uh-huh.
hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
Ooh my.
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer.
That's so.
Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering.
Like, yeah.
There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
There we go.
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
Right. Reprogram mechanical. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Gosh, I don't remember where anything is. There we go. Oh, right, it's security chief, not that guy. Well, I need to find the security chief anyway. Apparently he confiscated the module. Possibly what's left of the security chief. Security chief, we're gonna go up. This goes up. There he is. There's his passcode. Infraction has been noted on the permanent record. President scheduled a reprimand. Fine intruders. Hmm. Oh. I am encumbered. Figured that was going to happen eventually. Alright, I had like 100 of those stupid sabers, so. Alright. Now I just need to divert power. Shouldn't be too many enemies left. Don't sound so surprised. All right, here we go. Plant status. To Edgewater's Saltuna Cannery. Oh, that's all they're making there? Well, redirecting power is an irreversible procedure. All 3 electric track switches. Alright, let me just make sure. Must be activated before you can redirect power.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Rosie, tiene
Here they
sister
come.
thought.
Am I still in combat? Oh shit. Flaw? Trigger a flaw. Taking the flaw is optional. Doing so provides you with a perk. The choice is yours. Now I'll give you the willies. And when they're nearby, you're not as effective as you should be, but I get a perk point. Here, I'll take it. Speed, walk speed. Very efficient at transporting goods. Oof, that's a good one too. But, that for now.
Where'd it go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Who knows? Who cares? I imagine they get shut down and relocated.
That's the last.
But we shut the power down to the hippies. They die, which, you know, a little more permanent.
Once we do this, there's no going... Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again.
Choices, man.
Plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
Damn it, she raises a good point.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? Wow. Thanks.
The deserters can always go back.
Told me those words.
Edgewater, I mean, they were invited to return. Severe here. Well, it's done. One way or the other, for better or for worse. Edgewater now has power, and the botanical lab does not. Oh, is it? Oh, that's cool. Ashley Birch is fun. That's a crazy gun she's got in her hand there. And once you start getting a revolver with that many bullets, wouldn't it be better to just have a clip magazine, whatever they want to call it? All right. And for better or for worse, we made our choice. Now we got some hand-ins to do. I go back to Ludwig. This is logic module. And convince the deserters to return. Well, that's going to be a hard sell. But with no power, I mean, how long can they really survive? Quiet. Well, nobody's shooting me on sight, so that's a bonus. The workbench do. Repair, upgrade, and modify weapons. This sucker do. Oh, that's the thing that makes it do the thing with the thingerdings. Gotcha. Oh, and I can break down guns from here too. I'll probably want to do that.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you all. This is all yours.
Goodness.
Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
Haradi told me to.
You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
Oh, that,
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done?
I mean, Reed's definitely
A chance to sow some chaos.
needs to
Kill
go.
Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients. Edgewater Cemetery's got corpses aplenty. Enough for a generation's worth of...
Yo. This lady's crazy. The nut bar?
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead. Whoa, Miss Parvati. You're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Oh, this is awkward.
I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
I seen you wandering around here. You don't look like you're coming from town.
Oh, well.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see.
Hmm.
Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself.
You do that.
You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Oh boy.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. I wish I knew. I wagered the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say. Would you? I'd be grateful.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again. I mentioned those manuals on mechanical engineering. Suppose if I had one of those, I could go back to Reed and make a real case for myself.
Well, that was an easier sell, I'm sure, than some of the others will be. Like this crazy lady with the rifle.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it. The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back. but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Topson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again. Sure, suit yourself. I'll be here.
See if maybe we can't get this as a... Get Reed to step down. Crazy hippie lady can run the show over in the cannery. God, I'm overcomplicating this. Oy, oy, oy. And this guy needs these 3 volumes. Not gonna have enough time to get as far as I'd like today, I don't think, but that's all right. We're back here.
Incoming!
I didn't realize I'd left any of these things alive. So apparently this gun is operating off of a different set of ammo. We're just gonna have to, for a moment here, return to the old Spacer's Choice special. Right in here somewhere then. Yeah. Hearing volume 3. Oh, it's down there with Senior Crazy Pants. Hey, crazy guy. Yeah, that's one volume. Mm-hmm. The heck out of this place. Oh, windows. Okay. All right. To the next volume. This way. Community center. And the third, back in the town. Cannery itself. Which is where I'll talk to Thompson. Boom. Volume 1. Oh, and I can also actually, while I'm back this way, I can return the thing to Earl Crazy Cakes. I believe is on the other side of the town. Now, I don't know. She's making like food that's healthy for people and stuff, but I'm just not sure how I feel about her digging up the cemetery, grind the bodies into fertilizer. I mean, I guess it's like a waste not, want not situation, but
When I was little, we'd get
they're
freight
pretty
trains
fucked
every
up.
afternoon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Yeah. Where'd that dude go? Oh, there he is.
Never seen the Vale lit up like this before. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes.
Sure.
I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple of bits for your trouble. And a little something to remember me by.
Shock stick. A lot of these bugs are pretty gross. Wait. No, I wonder if I should get the thing, bring it back to the kid first, or if I should talk to what's his name first. Well, I'm already here. Good. On the other side of this wall.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? Go ahead. Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors, borderline inedible. Begging your pardon, Saltuna is a staple in the diet of any self-respecting spacer.
Oh, no.
Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with Saltuna galore. No other brand of Saltuna adds as much vim or vigor to the body's humors. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, Saltuna is hard to come by, what with being a species indigenous to the seas of another world. Scavenge together some organic material from the surrounding environs. Mostly organic, mostly local mushrooms. Some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of Saltuna. The difference is all but impossible to detect to any but the prissiest of palate. Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up. If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose. Adelaide's son was barely competent. I treat him with our medical rations, and it looks like I'm playing favorites. Now, I will not pretend to understand the suffering Adelaide must have felt on account of losing her child, but she is not the only one to have felt such suffering. I wish she had. Adelaide left us when we needed her most. I appreciate what you've done for us. Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home. I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work.
Well, that's clearly not true.
You are disparaging our parent company, and it is not appreciated. We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna. I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible.
How do you think she's still alive?
Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse. You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
Well, maybe I won't tell her.
Special fertilizer, you mean what exactly? Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery. You're right, I am being obstinate. If the best thing I can do for this town is to stand down, then stand down I shall. If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
I suspect that's true.
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them. I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
Yeah, maybe I misjudged this guy a little bit. I mean, he's clearly a corporate worm, but he does seem to actually care. We'll finish up today by handing in these others. I think I've got Brighton Engineer and return to Adelaide. And if we're back tomorrow, that'll probably be getting the ship off the ground. I would imagine. Almost like BioShock meets Fallout. Not that everything, you know, has to be like something. I notice that is a tendency we have when you're describing something. It's always like, well, it's like this, or this meets this. Really, it can just be its own thing. I'm lost. Active. Call it. Reducing one thing to simplest parts. There we go. Now we're on the right track. All right, Mr. Engineer.
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
I mean, I got all of them.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble.
Well, I'll give him one.
In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Thermal plant?
I got all 3, brother.
Incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
Was.
That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
My really ugly outfit? Level 7. Great, and from this crazy hippie lady.
Look at that. The snakes come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
Let's tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward. This don't put us on even footing, you understand. But it is a start.
Hang on a second.
Go cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
All right. And we got the power regulator. Okay. So, I'm going to save it here. And that's where we'll call it for today. Thanks for joining me. Seems like a pretty fun game. And we'll check out some more of it tomorrow. Actually get off the planet. Good time.